It's one of the most versatile cars ever built. It's been used by celebrities and military alike, served as Popemobiles and ambulances, and even six-wheel off-road monsters. This is the evolution of the Mercedes G-Wagon. So, how has the G-Wagon changed over the years? Well, most of you are probably about to comment that it hasn't, but just wait 1 minute, because that's really not true. Firstly, it's worth noting that although there seem to be many incarnations, there's only 2 generations of the G-Wagon. The first generation from 1979 until 2018, and the new second generation from 2018 on. However, in the first generation, it's split into 3 different versions. The 460, the classic style G-Wagon available to the public, the 461, only available to governments and militaries, and the 463, an updated version of the public sale G-Wagon. Let's go back to 1972, when the Shah of Iran suggested that Mercedes should make a 4x4 car. Development of their Geländewagen started, or G-Wagon as it was nicknamed, and it saw testing in the coalfields of Germany, the Saharan deserts, and even the Arctic Circle. Fast forward to 1979 and the G model is now released. There were 2 wheelbases available, short or long. There were then 3 body styles available within that: short wheelbase 2-door with a canvas roof, short wheelbase 2-door wagon, or a long wheelbase 4-door wagon. The wagons were also available with no rear windows, called Kastanwagens. In its 460 and 461 versions, engines available spanned from a 2-litre inline-4 to a 3-litre inline-5 diesel. In 1990, Mercedes decided to give the G-Wagon a major update. Full-time 4-wheel drive, electric locking differentials, ABS, a newly designed interior, and a new V8 option were now at the G-Wagon's disposal. The G-Wagon was refreshed again in 97 with 2 new engines and a convertible version with a power roof. 1997 also saw the first official G-Wagon sold in America, and in 1999 the first AMG badged G-Wagon, the 354 horsepower V8 G55 AMG, was released. 2005 was set to be the G-Wagon's last year in the US market, but after the US Marine Corps ordered 157 cars to replace their current vehicles, Mercedes decided to stay. 2005 also saw the G55 AMG gain a supercharger, propelling the 469 horsepower German box to 60 miles an hour in just 5.2 seconds. From 2005 on, many minor updates and facelifts were available. But the next major update was in 2012 when the G55 AMG was now replaced by the 544 horsepower twin-turbo V8 G63 AMG and 612 horsepower twin-turbo V12 G65 AMG. In 2013, Mercedes decided that a twin-turbo V8 military SUV wasn't crazy enough, so decided to give it 265mm of extra ground clearance and add another 2 wheels to it. Enter the G63 AMG 6x6, a truly absurd version of an already absurd car. In January 2018, the second generation of G-Wagon debuted. Visually, you may think that it's just another facelift, but the new W464 is completely different underneath. Over 170 kilograms has been cut while being 50% stiffer than the previous generation. And that's thanks to the G-Wagon's move to aluminium underpinnings. Also different is that the front axle now has independent suspension instead of a rigid axle, giving the car better handling on the road. Although you're likely to see more G-Wagons on Rodeo Boulevard than on the Rubicon Trail, don't think that the G-Wagon has departed from its off-roading heritage. Improved approach and departure angles, as well as more ground clearance, mean that it's just as home off-road as on a celebrity's driveway. This is proven by looking at the base of its B-pillar, where you'll see a little badge that says MERCEDES-BENZ Schockel-Proved. That refers to the grueling mountain local to the Graz plant in Austria that every G-Class has to conquer in order to receive its badge and be called a true G-Wagon. Interestingly, the new G-Wagon is still built in the Graz plant in Austria, where every single G-Wagon since 1979 has been built. Engine-wise, there are 3 different types confirmed so far. In 2018, only a 4-litre twin-turbo V8 making 412 horsepower and 450 pound-foot of torque will be available in the G500. However, 2019 will see the introduction of a 2.9-litre straight-six diesel making 282 brake horsepower in the G350D and a 4-litre twin-turbo V8 making 610 horsepower and 627 pound-foot of torque in the G63 AMG. good enough to send it to 60 miles an hour in 4.5 seconds. One thing that you'll notice when getting into the new car, as well as every single G-Wagon made, is that they have the passenger grab handle on the dashboard. Whether it's a 70s Army Geländewagen or a £140,000 2018 G500, they'll have the form over function passenger handle as a true throwback to its military purpose. Inside, it's now moved over to the same style interior as the rest of the luxury Mercedes range, and features two huge 12.3-inch screens. However, this is expected to be optional, so if you want your G-Wagon for its off-roading tech and not for its interior tech, you should be able to choose an analog display. The G-Class really does stand up to its motto of stronger than time. Whether you're trying to get across a barren, muddy wasteland or across town in style and comfort, the G-Wagon will always be able to get both of those done without breaking a sweat. So if you were to choose one, what would you have? An original military spec 461? A new G63 AMG W464? Or maybe the Pope's Papa G is more your style? Let us know in the comments below.